Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work at Connect the Dot and Epiphany, a mind-blown moment, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description. Spiritual soul advice. This one, I kind of done similar topics of this nature, but I am seeing it so much more that we're going to tackle it again. I wrote this down yesterday. I was going to do the video yesterday but the other spirit wanted me. They actually don't want me reading as much. I got yelled at. I know. What? Me? Stop reading? No. They told me to calm down with how much I'm reading, because I'm reading other books plus what I'm doing on this channel. And they said I'm bombarding my body with too much energy. And that's the truth. The spiritual soul advice comes off from my medium reading that I had on Friday. It was a very profound, eye-opening, and very informative session that I had, because not that I don't get anything from my parents. They give me a lot of wisdom, but the last reading I had in June, my cat just died, and I got a whole bunch of like red flag warnings that I needed to disperse my energy. I hold too much frequency, and that's the truth, and I know I do. And I was tasked to really start putting protection on myself, like needing to have a repetitive thing every day that I do this, that I'm meditating more, that I am taking care of myself and my property. So this one was my asking this, like I haven't done a medium reading back to back. I had to go to him because I didn't know. He told me to reach back out to him to have a spirit guide reading because of what was trying to get to me, which was the demonics. And like prevalent ones that we know their names, not just some evil thing. No, this is like big shit. So I made sure that I was doing what I'm supposed to do. But this reading, I was told not necessarily, like, don't put my guard down, but don't really focus on it anymore. Like, they got it. But the things that I did get is vital for me, but it's also going to be vital for you, and that's why I'm kind of sharing. I'm not going to go into specific details, but this soul advice is more about self-empowerment, self-acceptance, self-compassion. Because we are always, as a humanity, not individually, because I know a lot of you are very amazing at making sure you're doing your work, but there's a lot of people that have yet to tackle themselves. It's hard to look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself. It's hard to give yourself empowerment and encouragement. You always seek it from outside sources. You're always, not you, but what I'm noticing, trying to rephrase that, a lot of the friends that I'm holding in my life, because I really care about them, I love them dearly, they're always looking for outside confirmation in terms of, am I pretty? Am I worthy? They're looking for people to give them that gratification when they should give it to themselves. Does that make sense? Because I don't have many people in my life, and I don't frequently I don't talk to my friends every day. I talk to them when I feel I need to get a check-in with them and make sure they're okay. And 9 times out of 10, there's so much doubt and negativity, and each and every one of them have a separate set of circumstances that lead them to this negative thinking. And even myself, my spirit guide, who happens to be a really humongous black bear, he's my big gun. He's my general. He's my general. He's like, I don't want you to fear. Nada. Stop self-sabotaging your thoughts. Stop thinking that because of what happened to you your entire life, you chose a hard life, because you're getting the biggest lessons you could possibly get, and you're doing fantastic at learning them. Stop doubting that you aren't enough. Stop doubting that you're not going to get your dreams fulfilled. Don't put expectations on your dreams. He's fearing because I haven't found a job yet, which I'm being told the major job I have to reapply for in the spring. Now, is that going to transpire? I don't know, because I was told I was going to find something around now, and it hasn't transpired yet. And I'm really looking, I'm actively searching for things that I can physically do. Yes, retail is something I need to run to if I can't get anything, but that's like the last option, because I don't want to have to go back on pain medication. I don't want to have to stress my body out. And with my dyslexia, there's a lot going on when it comes to doing remote work. I already tried that, been there, done that. It doesn't satisfy me. Like, I want to be around people. This is the only way I'm going to get myself into society. So I have to figure that out. But I have to work with kids, and I know this is my path. So I'm not straying away from stopping to look. We got to realize and understand and understand the things that you go through, whatever they are, you put in your life for a reason, for a lesson, a challenge, a growth that your soul needed. It's not to say that in the moment it doesn't suck, it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't feel good. I spent a whole year and a half starving, emaciated, in midlife crisis anxiety mode. And my spirits are like, I get it, totally understand, but we had your back. Have faith. And I'm going to say the same thing, and I say this to my friends. Just because you don't get a sign right away, or you don't hear anything from spirit, that doesn't mean they're not working on it for you. We can't stop everything and sit on our butts and think that the world is going to make a change for us. It's not. You have to be the change maker. You are the one that's manifesting the reality in front of you. You, no one else, you. And I have to say this to myself all the time. I have to put action into motion to have a cause and effect. So what have I been like doing? Today was an exception because it was raining outside and I needed to spray paint. I don't spray paint in my house. So today was a little bit of a break. I finished a portrait. Making, this is a new one I did with flowers, just flowers. I'm making stuff. Just not thinking, just doing. I'm using my creative process. And I want and urge everybody to do the same thing. We are at a time where the energy is super crazy. Whether you want to believe in that energy or not, your life is changing, you're transforming, you're in your chrysalis, going through an immense amount of interchanges, whether you're cognizant of it or not. All of us are. And it's up to you to start feeding yourself. It's not just about the food you eat and the clean eating. Again, that looks different for everybody because everybody's body's different and everybody has different needs. Your chemical makeup, your atoms, the chemistry within your body is different from the vast majority of other people. So understand what is good for you is good for you, and don't let anybody take you down because of your diet. Everybody's very quick to point and quick to judge others. Stop doing that. It's not getting anywhere, and it's causing negative energy to flow. Today, I'm going to have a bunch of affirmations to help, I hope, steer all of you in doing some of your inner work. And all these affirmations are for you and your inner work. The last couple of weeks, when you're in a situation, it isn't easy to think positively when everything around you starts messing up and getting sloppy, right? So I introduced, I am worthy. When I'm in meditation and I just can't get my focus to go into my forest and go on my walk on the beach and kind of ground that way, because sometimes there's, if I'm in my hot tub or I'm outside, sometimes there's a lot of noise that kind of distracts me. So I will start just making my affirmations every day. I am enough. I am worthy. I am confident. I can achieve my goals. I can have success. Whatever it is that you feel that you need to feed your soul, feed it positive, reinforcing words. Feed it love. Self-love. And sometimes that self-love has to be tough love. One of my guides, I have a new one. I have an army upstairs. I have a lot of guides, and this is one of my biggest problems. My medium gave me a solution, well, something I can try to see if I can kind of sort them out in categories, because I have so many. I have ethereal guides, I have celestial guides, I have the archangels. they're individually working on me and with me one by one. And I already had Michael and Gabriel, and now it's Sandalphon. I've had Halal, and I'm also probably going to have Samael, because you need to know both sides. So I'm being worked on. When I asked I'm going to give you some insight. When I asked what my archangel name is, they wouldn't tell me. You know what they said to me? You have to earn that. You have to work for that. And you're doing the work. Don't get us wrong. They told me you're doing the work, but you have to work for it. Awesome. Same with my soul name. I asked him in a meditation about 3 months ago. I did this very heavy, deep meditation, and I asked them about my soul's name, and they gave me one. I did not resonate with it. It sounds more alien in terms of the paradigm that seated here than it did actually my soul. And I was correct on that. They gave me a teaser, but it wasn't really my soul's name. So I also have to work for that. They just don't, you see, my spirit guides told me, it's like don't beat myself up over the fact that the way I process the world, I have to go through something, learn the lesson, learn it deeper, and then deeper, then I can move on. It's just, my pathway for something isn't a straight line. Like most people, like put a clear intention out, set it, and then they get to it. For me, it's like, well, I have this process to this process to that process, and then I get to the finish line. Like, I don't have any clear-cut direction in getting something quick. Everything I have to work super hard for, where other people, it's just like super easy, here it is, done. Me, I have to go through like a ride to get to my destination, which sucks. But that's how my soul and my spirit learns. And it gets the experience so that when I'm done with that, I can walk people through the steps that I took. I have a friend that is walking the path that I walked 6 years ago when my mom died. And I love her to pieces. And I said to her back then, not realizing what I was saying, because I, at that time, wasn't necessarily recognizing that I was channeling. And I said to her, when it is your time and you're comfortable about talking about this, I will be here for you. Because I made a comment to her that she like took the wrong way. And it was about her parents passing. And she didn't want to hear it. And now 6 years later, she's like, I'm ready for that talk. I'm ready. I'm sorry that I didn't want to hear what you had to say back then because I was petrified. But now I'm in the thick of things and I need some advice. So if I didn't walk through what I did by myself when my mother passed away and leading up to that point, didn't really have much help. I did it all by myself. And it's not easy when you don't have advice and you don't know what direction you're steer itself in. There's a lot of little nuances like insurances, different policies. I had no idea what goes on in life, and not because I was ignorant. It's just, your parents kind of forget that they had things and policies and insurances and all kinds of crazy debt and whatever have you, right? You sometimes they forget, and then when they pass away, you're the one dealing with it all. So I am walking her through, her parents are still alive, but the process in which she needs to make sure she does, so that in the event that anything does happen, she's prepared and she can mourn and not have to worry about it. Whereas like the moment I passed my mom over, I felt relieved, but I didn't even know what to do. I stayed in the emergency room waiting for somebody to tell me that I can leave because they needed to sign her death certificate. Because I did that with my father, me and my mother. So I didn't know this hospital was different from the one my dad was in. And I wasted a whole few hours sitting there doing nothing and just watching demons and disincarnate spirits walk around the freaking ER as I'm trying to shield myself and protect everybody that was sick in there. Finally, I got to leave, and like I was exhausted. I was up already 28 hours, and I didn't really get to do much besides make phone calls to organize a funeral. I didn't have time to sit there and cry. I didn't have time to do anything more than take care of myself and get shit done. And some people can't have that will to do that. So I'm trying to inspire her and give her the courage to do this crazy, intense work now so she can coast when things happen. Right? One of my spirit guides that just came in, she is a force to be reckoned with. She reminds me of myself, but she is just as warrior, rebirth, tough as nails, doesn't beat around the bush, doesn't accept your stupid human excuses for shit, right? She is like, don't worry, we have your back, but you got a lot of work ahead of you. And so does everybody else. So buckle up, everybody, because we got a lot of work to do. They confirmed a few things for me, that Ashiana's work is something that I personally need to follow, because I wasn't touching her meditations or any of that work because I wasn't aware or sure if it was safe. And I was told it was, but with the caveat as I need to personalize my meditations. So this is something I think all of us can benefit from, this advice. It's not just for me. I want to impart this on everybody. If you're doing affirmations, you're reading mantras, you are doing inner work, you're, leading, somebody's doing a guided meditation, personalize it to what you need. So I'm going to give you affirmations, but I challenge you to write your own for yourself. Like, what do you, and be your worst critic at that point. What do you need? And personalize it. That's the only way you're going to self-heal and learn. And I agree with them on that. And because not everything in someone's meditation, it doesn't need to be hers, it could be anybody's. I listened to The Reality Revolution with Brian Scott. He is a huge influence on me. He does a lot of quote and raw readings. I love quote and I love raw. The Law of One is raw. And the Wanderer's Handbook is mainly quote. And quote is a part of raw. It's a social memory complex. So he does a lot of that work and he has permission to. He also, if anybody's ever tried to get a Neville Goddard book, because I have, and they're really expensive. Really expensive. His work is amazing and it's incredible. So I listen to him. He does a lot of good meditations, but sometimes I have to go in when he's doing affirmations or saying something and it doesn't quite click with me. I'll reword it for myself. And it's not to take away from his meditation. It's just to enhance it that for what I need. And I could do it on the spot. Sometimes people will have to listen to it and write there what they want. Do what works for you. But that's empowering yourself to do the work. I have a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of mental gymnastics. And I think a lot of us do too. And what I'm seeing in the chatmosphere, what I'm seeing in and around my surroundings is that people are just willy-nilly. They're not going in and understanding how divine and how powerful you really are as a being. If you really took the time to sit and believe and embody those things that make you unique and amazing, that's a game changer. It took me a long time to come to terms with why I'm different, why I stick out like a sore thumb in public, why people are very still. There's like a magnetism that's reflecting. There's a lot of people that just can't stand my frequency. And then there's some who totally get it. And there's a lot of this still happening. It's because you don't want to confront what you are. You are divine. You are a spark, a ray of God. And that ray is infinite, and you're a part of that ray. Are you shining your light? I'm pausing there because I want you to really honestly answer yourself. Like I've said in many of my videos, it is a humongous undertaking. It's not coming from an ego space to claim and understand and embody what you are. Especially even the medium can't believe when he's looking at my soul, my energy. He's like, I've never seen anybody like you before. Never seen anybody like it. I've never seen anybody with this kind of energy before. You are one and among so many, very few, who have the guidance that you do. And that's not to say that none of you have that, because I bet you a lot of you do. It's coming to the realization of what you are. And when I really came into understanding, embodying, And this is only in the last year that this has happened to me. I always knew this aspect of myself when I was a little kid. I knew I was different. I knew I could see things other people couldn't. Not the greatest things in the world. Oh, it's scary. I've been through hell and I didn't understand why. And then when I got that answer, that specific question answered for myself, and then I understood the bigger picture, and now I'm expanding to like the eagle's eye view of why. It changes everything. Everything. And I want you all to do the work so that you can have those epiphanies and aha moments and self-empowerment that I just started to walk into. And it never, trust me, I've been doing affirmations for a very long time. I was a child that was brought up by two people that did not look like me. They were both obese, very different from myself. And it was very hard to connect to my parents as much as I loved them. And they treated me like I was their daughter. But in another aspect, I didn't feel it. I had identity issues growing up. I had a lot of mental garbage happening, and that was a result of being bullied. That was a result of insecure people around me. That was a result of people saying I'm crazy. And at some times it broke me down, because when you have something said to you enough, you start believing it. It's just how the MSM uses the mind control on others. It's, if we say it enough, it's going to stick. So these are the things that we need to heal. You don't think you need it, but you're going to, because there's a little child inside that there was something that's so hidden and so suppressed in your subconscious that you need to show yourself some love. It took a long time for me to start accepting myself, my abilities, and who I am as a human being. It took me a long time to understand and develop the understanding and comprehension of what my soul is and all the fragments that make my soul up, because it's not just one thing. It's a plethora of things that make me up, and you are the same. You have a plethora of different things that make your soul and you up. You have to start comprehending what that is, understanding, embody it, walk in it, and not feeling ashamed. Stop feeling ashamed. Stop doubting yourself. A lot of people who have self-doubt. Oh, but Allison, I have this feeling. And yeah, that's your intuition telling you that what needs to be done. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. You get a lot of conversations and people are doubting themselves. I didn't type this one out. I did type some empowerment affirmations. I'm going to show you some tools to help. This affirmation I really like. Quote, I am. Step into it. Say it with me if you want. I am at peace with everything that has happened, is happening, and will happen, because I know the universe is aligning me with my higher self. Everything I experience is for my greatest good. I am evolving. I am at peace with everything that has happened, is happening, and will happen, because I know the universe is aligning me with my higher self. Everything I experience is for my greatest good. I am evolving. All of us are. And it's a bumpy road. It is a bumpy road. This has never been done before. And that's not to give anybody hope or non-hope. You have to take the acknowledgement that you wrote your script. I know it's hard. Watch. Decode your reality. Logan is seen with Jason Bashir's. If you watch Jason Bashir's, Logan's on there quite often, and he uses a whole different methods of finding your code, per se, right? He's not wrong in that, in those analogies and making assumptions. He's not wrong. You put in catalysts, Rod talks about this. You put catalysts in your life for major soul growth. The one thing that they didn't count on was that we were ascending with our physical vehicles. No one's really written about that. We're in uncharted times. No one has gotten it right thus far. And that's not to say that their channels, their higher selves, their spirit guides are wrong. They're not. We live in a multiverse. And again, you don't need to resonate with that or not. I believe we do. And the other reason why I believe that is because I got this confirmed too. I have more than one vehicle running around the multiverse right now. I knew that. I got it validated. I'm not allowed to know too much. I'll need the snapshots that I receive. And that's to keep this vehicle safe. But there are many of us who have multiple vehicles running around the universe right now. So understand how powerful your soul is. We made a contract to volunteer to come down, many of us, for different assignments. Everybody has a different assignment. Everybody has a different purpose. But when combined, helps humanity as a whole. There's not just one person that is going to save everybody. Yeshua is not coming back on a white horse, and the trumpet, the clarion trumpet that everybody's been talking about is going to go off. If you read Ashiana work, that trumpet is not a good thing. That's a bad thing. The trumpets have already gone off. We got to go within yourself, and what do you resonate with? Not everybody's perception of what's going to happen will happen. My guides, again, confirmed the fact that each and every one of us wrote our ascension in our contract. And the manner in which we are going to ascend is going to look different. Everybody's going to look different. There's some similarities to a group of people, but individually, your ascension is unique to you. It's not some cataclysm. It's not some big shining flashing light and the sun going into Bardo. Everybody's paradigm is going to play the way they wrote it for themselves. So what does that mean? You go inside and do the work. Again, clearing and getting yourself healed is the number one thing that you need to focus on right now. Everybody's too busy taking care of everybody else besides themselves. Well, I don't have time, Allison. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. And this is my spirit guide coming through me and saying, but there is no time. What are you talking about? Oh, the hours in a day. You can't take a shower and tell yourself you love yourself. You can't do affirmations in a shower. You're going to take a shower because you have to clean yourself. Oh, that's right. You have the mental chatter of all the things that you have to get done today in your head. So that is taking away from you stating to yourself that you love yourself. You are appreciative for everything that is in your life, including the sweater that is falling on your body. That you're capable of achieving all of your life's goals. That you're strong enough for this day. You don't have time. You can meditate on your lunch break. You can actively choose on the car ride home or on the bus train ride home from wherever you are in the world to put on some binaural beats or some really heavenly, whatever kind of music. There's no lyrics. It could be humming, that's fine. But just natural sounds. Close your eyes. If you're driving, do not do that. But if you're on a bus or a train, and just envision yourself hovered in gold in a circled bubble. See if that works. If you're driving, affirmations. Nowadays, people look like they are schizophrenic and they are on the phone through their Bluetooth. So you could talk to yourself and have a full-fledged conversation with yourself, and no one's going to think anything different because everybody talks to themselves in the car because they got that, you see this all day. You could do this. This is very important. We need to make more of an effort to be there for ourselves. I know I have hard days, and I go personal because I want you to relate to the fact that I am not just talking out of my ass. I'm talking because I know. I've been there. I used to wake up at 4 a.m, get on a bus at 5, but you know what I did every day? Put my headphones on and I shut my eyes and I meditated. On my way home, I did the same thing. Some were short, some were long, but I put on things that I could zen out to, even if I was squished and everything around me was going bananas. I shut it all out and went within. I did this for years. At work, my teacher was chill and she let me play binaural beats. And if not, she let me play classical music with the kids. Everybody who walked in that classroom felt calm, felt at ease. They didn't understand why when they walked into the room that the energy was different from everywhere else around the building. I had so many people who used to love and come and just sit in my classroom and chill out. They didn't know what it was. It was because all day long I'm playing and putting the intention in the room for a positive day, for calm, cool, collected children, and it worked. I want to give you the tools that I use, and you might not resonate with that, but that's okay. Jump on what I'm doing and make it your own. Make it your own, because it's important. I'm going to share my screen. Empowerment affirmations. And I just found some of these different sites. Some I made, some I always used for a long time. So I threw in a bunch of things I think could steer us in the right direction. I am strong enough for anything life throws at me. I am strong enough for anything life throws at me. I am capable of achieving my goals. I am confident in myself. If you do not feel these things and embody these things, I won't say fake it till you make it, but I want you to find out why you're not confident in yourself. What is it that you cannot be confident in yourself? And this is where you need to heal. So you can use these affirmations as well. If I'm not feeling capable of achieving my goals, then what is stopping me? What is the root cause of that block? Does that make sense? I create my life on a quantum level. This is a big one. I create my life on a quantum level. Big one. I have a healthy body, tranquil mind, and a vibrant soul. Here's the caveat. We might not all have healthy bodies. I sure damn don't. And not to say that I'm not healthy. I have a lot of problems that I have naturally healed, but a lot of them are still there. Some of them I still, like my teeth can get fixed once I get them ripped out, right? I can't rip my own teeth out. I need lots of stuff to do that. But when you embody that frequency, my healthy body, you're talking to your body, talk to your cells. You are perfect. You are working as it was naturally designed. Each and every one of you, I'm sending love and encapsulating the light of God on you. Whatever you feel to say it. Tranquil mind. See your soul vibrating. See the frequency coming out of you. I am enough. This is a tough one because we don't know why things just don't work out sometimes. We really don't know why we didn't get the job, why someone died, why this and why that. We don't know why things didn't transpire the way we hoped. Why am I not good enough? Why wasn't I good enough for that guy? Why wasn't I good enough for that girl? Why wasn't I good enough for that job? And that's negative self-speak. We all do it. I do it all the time. I'm trying not to. I'm really consciously putting in a really big effort not to talk negative to myself. We're human, but here's the thing. If you see that you're doing it, stop yourself in your tracks and go, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I am enough. Stand in your integrity. Stand in your empowerment. This next one has been in my toolbox forever, but I'm really stepping into this one. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of someone's time. I am worthy to be heard. I am worthy of my talent. I am worthy to be here. Whatever your worthy is, what are you worthy? You could say, I am worthy, and that leave it as that, or you can add your own at all of these. Add your own words to these. Change it around to make it fit you. I want and hope that whoever watches this, add on to these, use these. I can overcome my fears. I can overcome my fears. And if you're somebody who has a lot of fears or you're phobic, I know people that have arachnophobia, they have clown phobia. I don't know all the phobia names. But there are people who are afraid of things. And sometimes that's a past life going, yeah, that's why. It's okay. It's okay. Fear at times does save your life, right? If you fear a bug and it's poisonous, there's a reason why to fear it, right? But write down, I can overcome my fears. And if you have any, list them. Hold yourself accountable. I am capable of doing hard things. I am capable of doing hard things. You know what was very hard for me, and I did it, and I was capable of doing it? Everything I went through last year. Selling every bit of my parents' legacy. I was capable of doing it. And that was a very hard thing for me to do. I am not behind. This is me in totality. I am not behind. I'm exactly where I need to be. And this one, my guides reassured me. I am on the path where I'm supposed to be. Being 40 years old and having everyone else I know married with children, or not married, but they have a partner, and I'm always the third wheel. I'm always alone. Again, I'm not enough. No, I am enough. You know what? I stand in my conviction to say the person that's supposed to be with me, I have yet met. That person is going to balance me and equalize my negativity, and it's going to balance the positive. The person that I have not yet met is on his way. I have to stand in that I'm not enough. Well, I am enough. I don't have high standards. I just know what I need to mesh with, so I make a soul connection. I just don't do things to do them. I don't just date guys because I'm lonely in it, and I just don't jump bed to bed because I'm satisfying an animal instinct. I want a soul connection. And if I feel like I'm not getting one with somebody, they don't get my time. I have never made above a certain salary rate in my entire life. I've never worked a job that has paid me enough to sustain by myself. Being brutally honest. Every job I've ever worked was extremely difficult, a lot of work, and it made nothing. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. I have a higher calling, and a higher calling gives you harder life circumstances because you got to face them in order to help other people. That is the one that I say to myself all the time. I'm not behind. I'm exactly where I need to be. And I hope a lot of you feel that way, no matter what age you are, no matter what your circumstances are, you are where you need to be. Have faith. It's hard. I know. I know. All my friends, married, kids, happy, lovely lives. Me. Gotta pay my bills. It's overwhelming. But I keep having to remind myself of those things. So I know that a few of you are probably in the same boat. So please know that you are in the right place. Just understand that embody the fact that you're divine and you have a higher calling, and things are a little wonky right now for a plethora of reasons. We need to realize and understand and embody what you are. It's a great responsibility. Are you willing to do it? It's a great responsibility to walk into what you are. Yeah, you're human. But eventually that humanness is going to be leaving, and our higher selves are going to walk into the physical body. Are you ready for it? Because it's not the same. There's levels of, this was talked about in Why Are We Here at the last part of the book. I did a reading, and I wanted to do the videos back to back because that book is profound. The last two parts are everything I'm trying to convey here. Is that you are a divine being, and there's levels to humanness. And when we are supposed to go to, and again, everybody's destination is different, but let's just say we're jumping to 4D. Okay. That looks a little different from 3D. You're going to be a little less human, and you're going to be a little bit more light if we get that right from other people. And we go to 5th, and we're a little less dense, and we get a little bit more light. It's the transition to getting out of our humanness and becoming what we are, our higher selves are, is celestial, angelic beings. We started that way, and we squeeze our soul's energy into these little avatars running around this planet and this experience. We squeeze the infinitude of what we are into this little vessel that we are. And now we have to slowly start blossoming out again. It is a lot of growing pains within that understanding. I am getting better and better every day. I am getting better and better every day. I am an unstoppable force of nature. I am an unstoppable force of nature, and that many of you are. This is a big one. I am turning down the volume of negativity in my life while tuning and turning up that volume to positivity. The negativity is off the charts. The judging, the mundane shit. Yeah, I get it. We all have valid complaints about society, the world, the way the government works, how it's being stolen from. There are so many things that we could complain about, because guess what? They are valid complaints. You are this disco ball. You're inside this disco ball as it turns. And all that negative energy, thought forms, thoughts, gunk in the world is being reflected in this ball and going back to where it came from, or just reflecting to whatever is going to absorb it, because it ain't going to be you. Be this disco ball. And if you don't want to see the disco ball, have mirrors. If you can't do mirrors, be the knight in shining armor. Be the shield maiden. Put the armor on. Because you really need to start doing that kind of work. So many people are still in the negative mindset, whether it be negative self-talk. And again, you're human. If you have those bad days, those bad mental days, you wake up and everything just seems to go wrong, I'm there with you. Trust me. My car isn't working properly. My pipes I need to get fixed, and it's hard to find somebody that's not going to leave you with a bill that will suck a couple of $1,000s away. And being honest with you, I need help when it comes to getting and finding a reputable person with a truck to help me move my shit into the house and to build the shed. There's some sketchy people I have called so far, and I don't want them in my surroundings. So there's a lot of things that I get it. I try to not to be, I try to speak into positivity. Hey, upstairs, can you put someone in my path so that I can get this done already? Like, I talk about it all the time, and I put the work in to try to find somebody, and I'm always getting either scammed, someone's overcharging, or no one has the time to do it, or they're not interested in the job. So that, yeah, I get it. But when we have those days, pause, breathe, and say tomorrow will be a better day. I am worthy of the right help. I am worthy. I am enough to stand and put my boundaries up and not let people take advantage of me. That's huge. Your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self, They need you to do the work. I know for me, even though my steps are a lot more arduous than many of yours, that's for a reason. And that's a personal reason for my own soul. You got to do the work. We all have to do the work. Where does it start? Looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. I love you unconditionally. I love the way you look back at me. I am grateful for everything in my life. I express to all around me the love that I have for myself. And I want to spread that love to everybody and the planet. Start with the simple basics. If you don't love yourself, why? That means you need to heal. Doing the work just means you need to heal things that you haven't tackled yet. That's all. And again, it's a lifelong journey. New experiences are going to happen. New traumas are going to happen. Someone's going to tick you or get under your skin some way. So those are always lessons to start learning from and going deeper within. That's what work means, at least to me. Doing your research, finding what resonates with you. Because not everything that I do for myself, I'm just giving you tools and tips that I use. You might not want to use that. You might be like, Allison, that's not practical for me. You know what? But find something that works for you. Leave them in the comments. What do you do? Do you do self-affirmations? Do you do mantras? What do you do to give yourself that boost of energy, that boost of self-confidence? I don't like drinking on screen, but I need a sip of water. I got these cards. I'm gonna pull one or two first, and then I'll explain what they are. My spirit guides work through me in such mysterious ways. Okay. These are 60 empowering questions and affirmation cards. I love these cards. During the time, I'm doing a gym brewer, by the way. I bought these cards and I would put them on Facebook to give people some hope. My mind is light, even during the darkest day. That's the first card that I pulled. Here's the question. How can I focus on positive energy today? What can I do to shift my thinking should it become negative? This is on a card. So if you're having a hard time coming up with the questions to heal, maybe when you are too busy and things are going haywire, get yourself and find a deck. I found these on Amazon. Find a deck that speaks to you, that you connect with, that look pretty, whatever it is that you need to do to pick out some cards, and get ones that have affirmations and with questions. This is essential because that you can ask yourself in the beginning of the day, how can I focus on positive energy today? What are the things that I could do today to invoke that? I can give myself some affirmations. I can tell myself I love myself. I can go outside and ground while I have my coffee. I can go for a walk around the corner. I can look at cute animal videos. What can I do to shift my thinking should it become negative? Breathe. Reinforce the fact that I just caught myself with a negative thought, and I'm going to transmute it to make it positive. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to put my hands on a tree and ask the tree to take that negative thought away from me. I'm going to go take a shower, and as I'm showering, I'm going to take all the negative energy off of me. Whatever it is that you do, again, you could do these things in every day. You're washing your dishes. That water and that soap is taking all the negative gunk away from you. It's only your thoughts. Next card. Well, we got a bonus fourth. I am in love with the present. What is happening around me right now that I was previously unaware of? How can I remind myself today to stay grounded? I don't know why the camera is doing that. Gremlins! I didn't sage yet. I am beautiful inside and out. Now, if you are an artist like myself, you can get watercolor paper, you can get drawing paper. If you have grandchildren, I know a lot of people that I talk to have grandchildren. Why can't you make these cards, like have them draw them out, and then you can, write nicely something positive? You can make your own set of cards. You don't need to buy them. Just putting that out there for people who are on a fixed budget. I get it. I was there and still am. What 3 things do I love about my personality, about my body? I love my eyes. I like the way I laugh. I like how I got cute earrings. I like my eye color. I like how I force myself to stay gray and not dye my hair other colors. I love that. What are my goals for today? How can I set myself up for success this week? Everything I do today creates a better tomorrow. I really do have gremlins. I really do have gremlins. Oh, okay, gremlins are a spirit that are playing around. So that deck has 60 cards in it with the questions, which if you're having a hard time, and I know there are people out there that don't think on the fly like some of us, it's okay. Everybody's different and everybody's a different type of learner. I think these cards are really valuable. I use them in some of my readings. When people ask me to do a reading for them, I'm talking about oracle cards. And if they feel stuck, I will pull some of these cards for them and ask the questions and say, well, that's something you need to answer for yourself, but let's work on this. See, now is the camera moving rapidly all over the place? I mean, not that we want to see my little stars that I give little kids and my college transcripts. Nothing crazy. Crazy. These are mantra cards. They're a little different. I seriously just put my hand in the deck. Ground my energy. So these cards are like, you choose. So for me, I spread the cards out, I fan the cards out, and then I pick what vibrates to me. Everybody picks their cards differently. If you watch tarot, or some people shuffle and then just pick a card from the middle. Some people look at the card on the end. Some people just draw the first card up. Whatever it is, it's meant for you to be seen, right? So on the back of this card, it is safe to be in my body. Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. See, I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at the cards. Inviting ecstasy as it flies out of my hand and falls on the floor. Excuse me. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Okay, something trippy is happening. That's not my sage. Yeah. I gotta do a house cleansing. So these are called the healing mantra. They come with the book, so there's a little bit more explanation on each card, but each card has asking for angelic support. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. It's true. I really love these cards. I've been working. This is one of my oldest decks of cards that I have besides tarot cards. I started with tarot. I'm not that good at tarot. I just connect better with oracle cards. And spirit likes to tell stories through me and build up the help, not just by here's a magician and here's the high priestess. They like to give you visuals, and that's upstairs, not me. Parts of me. So I really highly recommend, I'm going to show you the cover to this. I'm going to see if I can find them on Amazon. A lot of oracle cards that are on the older side like these might not be there anymore, but I'll see what I can do. But this is a healing mantra deck by Matt Kahn. I like these. And this one is the 60 empowerment questions and affirmations. Doesn't have like and I can't see that. I really do. I need glasses. But they all have like really unique and nice pictures. So these are tools. They're not from the devil. These are tools to help you if you get stuck and you want to do affirmations, you don't know where to start. This is like the best place to start. Is you get a question, maybe at the beginning of the day, while you're having your coffee or making your coffee. Why don't you pull a card and start your day off like that? I think it's very important that we self-empower ourselves. we come into our understanding of what we are, that's going to take everybody different timing. I really just embodied my mission, my purpose, and I don't know my purpose. They didn't tell me what my purpose is. Again, I need to do the work. And it's not because I'm, being cheap with myself. I just want to know if I'm in the right direction, if what I am doing here in Indiana, being uncertain why I came. Oh, I know why I came here. I have a mission here. I have someone to hold frequency for because they're under attack. I have a greater purpose with finding Native Americans to clear ley lines here. That is becoming a very big problem because it needs to be done like soon, like close near future soon. So if there's anybody within Northwest Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and any of the neighboring states that knows the tribal nations, I'm going to call them nations, but the different ancestral nations that inhabited Northwest Indiana and any neighboring tribes, and actually know somebody from those tribes, please reach out to me. I emailed already now two different, the tribe that was here, but their affiliate is in Oklahoma. I found their Facebook page and messaged them, got 0 response. And now again, I don't know if they feel like this little white girl is, we get all this crap all the time, but I need a shaman, I need a medicine person, I need an actual Native American with the lineage, with the understanding, the language, all of it. This is important because it has nothing to do with, it has something to do with me, but it doesn't necessarily. It has everything to do with clearing the land for everybody around me. That's how I'm trying to help my community. I can't do that by myself. I need people that know the nature of the land. I just moved here. I feel the heartbeat of my own property, but I need the big guns, and I'm not the big gun yet. So anybody knows anything, please reach out to me. That's not my expertise. We have to start empowering each other. We have to start working in what we understand our missions to be. So if you're somebody who is a healer or someone who loves animals and are taking care of animals, we all have different purposes. We all hold frequency of light. Know that at first. And there's no right or wrong path. Your guides, your higher self is going to steer you in the direction that you need to. And some people are not there yet. You still got to do a lot more work. I don't know my big overall arcing purpose because it's not even in this reality here. It's up there. It's not down here yet. And not to know is okay. I'm in Aries. I need to know. That's the thing. I have to be patient with myself and retrain my brain. Yeah, I know this is like something that you're comfortable. You need to know what's happening, but sometimes it's better that you don't. Baby steps. And I wanted everybody to understand from someone who's going through it, who's went through it, who's still eating at it, who's still we all continuously work at this stuff every day. I know I do consciously make the effort to do it every day. Today was a junky day. It was raining on and off. I didn't feel the greatest. I didn't wake up feeling great. Even as much water as I was exhausted. I just had a relaxing, let it go kind of day. But I still said I loved you. I still said all my affirmations. When I took a shower, I took special soap. Get yourself some special soap. I have frankincense and myrrh. I have sage and Palo Santo. You can find these. They're not that they're inexpensive. You can make your own if you do soap. Whatever that it is that you do, treat yourself. Take care of yourself. If you're somebody, I like to wear makeup. For me, it's something that I like to do, but for me, I know a lot of people don't like my eye makeup, but for me, I like doing it. It makes me feel it gets me in touch with my feminine aspect by doing my hair and doing my makeup. And that gives me the time to do my self-help care and taking care of my body and my face. What is it that you could do on an everyday basis to take care of yourself or to treat yourself to something? You know, I know a lot of people can't, or they choose not to. I cut my own hair. I don't go to the salon to do get my hair done. I paint my own nails. I don't care if it looks, and again, I'm a painter. I'm a perfectionist at times, but I don't care. I don't paint my nails recently because I'm with epoxy and materials and stuff. So my nails would just come off. But what is it for you that you could do something nice for yourself once a week? Ask yourself. It doesn't have to cost anything. You know, with being somebody when I was working in a school and the kids needed to earn something, kid has a behavioral problem. And if they had good behavior, they got something. And those things that we were offering is a one-on-one conversation with the teacher for 15 minutes. Being a teacher's helper for the last part of the day. If you have a hard time finding it to be alone by yourself, and you're capable of doing this, include other people. Include the other people in your life, including the kids. Have them feel like they earned something. If you want to take care of yourself, play spa day. Depends on I get it, depends on the kids, right? Or whatever it is, be creative. Include other people so that you can have your time. Be creative, make an event. Hey, I will let you play that board game if I can go do XYZ for 10 minutes. I'll put this movie on if you behave. Well, I put the movie on. I get too many excuses that everybody's life is really busy and there's a lot going on and there's a lot of stress. I just wanted this episode to be one where I'm giving you guys examples. I'm showing you some tools that you can use, and it's not something that's time consuming. You could pick out cards. Sun Tzu. These cards are freaking fantastic. There's oracle cards. You can make them. I want to give you some tools that I use, ways that I talk to myself, ways that I affirm. How I can sit and embody and empower myself to know what I am It took a lot of work. It's not easy. These are some of the tools that I have used throughout my life that got me where I am today. So I hope that some of these, I didn't go too far into the empowerment affirmations, and that's only because I want you to come up with what resonates with you. I just gave some examples. Rewrite them. Meditate, guys. Go in and ground. And these things can be done with other people around. They could be done, again, in your commute. Don't close your eyes, but you can do affirmations. You can put soothing music on your way home from work. You could pick a card up in the morning when you're making your coffee, or when you get to your office, the first thing you do is get a question. And then during the day, when you have a break, answer it. Depending on what kind of job you have. Find time to do you. Everybody has excuses why they can't do them. They are for everybody else. But when your cup is not full, you can't pour from it. I know this. I had spiritual burnout twice, where my guide shut me down. I had to shut down, and I took a literal hermit's journey. I couldn't handle it. We got to do the work. Once we do that and we empower ourselves, there will be less negativity out in the universe, because you're not negatively self-speaking and then speaking negatively of others. You're walking God's path. You're walking in neutrality. You see both sides, and you're only feeding what side is best for you. And I can't answer if that's good or bad. Everybody has their own wolf they feed. I have a pack of wolf guides. One's black and one's white. And there's one gray, which I have to feed all of them. But which one is guiding me? And which one is, oh yeah, that's negative. It's very important. You can also pray. Everybody prays differently. Affirmations and prayer go hand in hand. Call on your guides. Call on your higher self. Call on your archangels. Call on the angels. Call on whatever it is within yourself to call. And be specific. Start putting action into motion and taking care of yourself. That's a very important thing. I would not be alive. I can guarantee you I would not be alive today if I didn't have the strong will that I did, and I didn't do this work. I did this work, and now I'm here. I have lost too many people to death, suicide, and other types of cancer. A lot of people in my life have passed, and I had to watch each and every one wither away, and each and every phone call that someone did something to themselves. And that includes my birth mother. Not easy to find your family and to be told that your mom took her life. It's not an easy thing for anybody to have to tell their daughter, let alone their niece or granddaughter. We need to go and do the work. So I hope that this episode helped you get some ideas on how to do that, what it looks like. It's different for everybody. What do you do? What is some kind of affirmation? Write it in the chat, write in the comments. What do you use? What is something you can impart on others? Be within Amish mindset. What is an affirmation you use for yourself? What do you have a hobby? Do you like candles for yourself? What do you do to treat yourself? I want to know. Write it in the chat. The more people who speak up, the more ideas get circulated. With the more circulation, more people will start. Oh, yeah, I gotta do that, don't I? Yeah. But when more people step up to say that they're doing the work, it gives them a nudge. And that's all I'm trying to do with you guys. I can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. Everybody has divine timing as well when their healing is going to start happening. But there's always a starting place. There's always getting materials and tools to help you. There's a whole lot of stuff that you could prep now if you're not ready to heal. But when you are, you don't have to wait. The tools and whatever you're using is there. I know this is a long episode. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to go live, but I got a lot going on. Just work and stuff. So, sending each and every one of you love, light, protection, and shielding. I hope this helped. I hope the ideas, whatever you can do to help yourself, please try to do it. Please try to do the healing. Please go within. Please empower yourself to know that you are a divine creature of God. You are divine. We all are. And if you're going to put in the comments some negative Nancy, well, not the NPCs. You know what I mean. Let's keep positive. If we're not feeling positive, come to neutrality. Admit, yeah, I can do better, and you will do better because tomorrow is going to be a better day. Start rewiring your head, and there's plenty of people you can listen to affirmations with. You can go to sleep to affirmations. There's a whole plethora of things you can do. What do you do? Write it in the comments. I just wanted to give some examples and talk to you guys from my heart because that's what I do, and give you personal experience because I know I feel it in the intention that people get upset because they don't know what they are. You've got to do the work. It doesn't, and again, I have to work for everything I have. Upstairs only reveals when I'm ready, and it could be a lifetime, who knows. I got to work for all the questions I have. Nothing for me ever will be handed on a silver platter and said, here's your answers. It doesn't come like that. And many of you might be in the same boat. So don't get discouraged. Keep getting up every day and motivating yourself to do better, to be better, to love yourself and embrace what you are. With that, guys, I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. Please have an amazing week moving forward. Sending everybody love and light. Please take care of yourselves. And I want to see these comments because we got to get the ideas rolling around.